but specifically about the differences between a Bitcoin strategic stockpile and a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Now, the third thing that is kind of like surrounding the fence here is a strategic digital asset reserve. But I really want to focus primarily on the differences between a Bitcoin reserve and a Bitcoin stockpile. So right now, you have Trump coming in, and prior to him coming in, you also had Senator Cynthia Lummis talk about doing a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Now, um, if you're not familiar with Bitcoin and the differences between Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, for right now, what you want to kind of put in an envelope and just kind of use it as your broad strokes of understanding the implications of Bitcoin and how cryptocurrency works in general, because there's a difference. Um, and a lot of times people really want to pronounce that. And those people that are really stressing the difference between Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, even though Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency, they'll call themselves Bitcoin maximalists. Now, this is important because a Bitcoin maximalist is going to push for a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Now, the reserve, if they get a Bitcoin strategic reserve, now we're talking about a method that the federal government can hold, store, and purchase Bitcoin. Right? That's. I'll go ahead and say that's going to be our best case scenario, and I'll explain why in a moment. But most of the time, a Bitcoin maximalist is only going to push and advocate for a Bitcoin strategic reserve. They would appreciate a stockpile, right? But that doesn't give clear framework and guidelines on how to continue to purchase Bitcoin, or how would they store it. Really, would it be a mechanism that um, is going to not just be a stockpile the way we stockpile, like, oil or cheese, and it's more like in an emergency case scenario. This is here, right? A stockpile versus a reserve is giving you an idea that it's going to be a reserve asset for a particular use case, right? And you could think and associate that more with gold. I understand there's times where we're stockpiling gold, but think of it when gold was the reserve, because that's what they're talking about when they're saying Bitcoin is a strategic Bitcoin reserve, because they want that to be the reserve asset that will soon be the asset that is going to start being the primary reserve asset of the world instead of the U.S. dollar. They're going to say a Bitcoin maximalist would say that we need to have Bitcoin be the world's reserve currency and the world's reserve store of value, the world's reserve asset. They're going to be